General Hospital Onitsha upgraded to Federal Medical Center. Anambra State Governor Soludo provides past question papers for BECE candidates. On national matters, FG Presidential Transition Council outlined programs for inauguration. On the foreign scene, Cyclone MOCHA death toll rises to 145 in Myanmar. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Onitsha General Hospital has been officially commissioned to Federal Medical Center Onitsha by the Minister of State for Health, Honorable Joseph Ekumakama. Honorable Ekumakama, who stated that the processes of handover is 99% completed, listing the benefits of the upgrading to include increase in staff salary, increased funding, sophisticated equipment, more consultant, reduction in medical tourism, residency training, among others. The minister said that a state cannot have a teaching hospital and FMC, but Anambra is the first state to have both due to her population and thanks to President Muhammadu Buhari for assenting to the bill. Staff correspondent Ogochukwu Oranu has stated.
Honorable Ekumakama equally thanked Senator Stella Odua for sponsoring the bill and Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his doggedness in ensuring that the FMC is a reality, pointing out that the synergy showed that they have love for their people.
So we owe it all to God, and thereafter we owe it all to the President for having made this a reality. I also want to thank the Governor for also fighting to make possible. Why the Senator was also pursuing the passage of the bill at the National Assembly, the Governor also wrote demanding that we provide this place to FMC. So his doggedness, his commitment, his passion is something that we cannot also overlook.
Addressing the people, Governor Soludo, represented by the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, called for improved health service delivery among the staff, stating that name does not change the services, rather the staff, and thanked the minister for the visit.
How is our people that are sick that enter here, how are they going to receive the services we are giving to them? Because that is what God will use to judge us at the last day. Please, I'm emphasizing on this because that is one of the gaps we have identified on this. Us going extra mile to render services to the people of Anambra State.
In a welcome address, the acting MD of Federal Medical Center Onitsha, Dr. Ebeletuku Anugu, said the FMC was necessitated to bridge the existing gap between primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare delivery in Anambra State as a whole, saying that Onitsha General Hospital, situated at the heart of the State Center of Commerce, established 60 years ago by the colonial masters, is the largest public health facility in the state and covers a total of 15.2 acres with 135 bed spaces. Dr. Anugu commended the state government for its great interest in uplifting the standard of the General Hospital with the state-of-the-art dialysis center, mammography center, oxygen plant under construction, standard operating theater, among others, and appreciated all who contributed to the success story of the hospital. The CMD of Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, Nnewi, Dr. Joe Ubaja, promised to assist the hospital to grow. The event attracted personnel from federal and state health sector. The traditional ruler of Onitsha, Obi Alfred Achebe, represented by Chief Obiora Etukoku, Archbishop Valerian Okeke of Onitsha Ecclesiastical Province, represented by Reverend Father Ojukwu, Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Owen Nwokolo, represented by the Subdean All Saints Cathedral, Onitsha, Venerable Samuel Ezewudo, Mr. Nonso Chukwudebel, who represented Princess Stella Odua, Senator representing Anambra North, Anambra State Chapter of Nigeria Medical Association, among others. The staff of the hospital went into jubilation when the hospital was officially commissioned and the name unveiled. Ogochukwu Oranu for ABS News.
The Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumode, has directed all schools whose students registered for the 2023 Basic Education Certificate Examination in Anambra State to contact the Examination Development Center and collect copies of past question papers with which to adequately prepare their students for the examination. Issuing the directive, Commissioner Chumode stated that the production of the past question paper to be given to the students free of charge was part of Governor Chukwuma Soludo's effort through the Ministry of Education to stamp out examination malpractice in the state. Commissioner Chumode pointed out that well-prepared students would definitely have the confidence to face examination without external aid. An executive director in Anambra State Internal Revenue Services, AIRS, Dr. Christian Madubuko, says all-round development in the state is the top priority of the present administration, which requires resources to be achieved. Dr. Madubuko said that in Onitsha, shortly after issuing demand notice to some offices and facilitating the arrest of a suspected diverter of government fund in Inewi, correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details.
Dr. Madubuko explained that developed countries did not just get to where they are today, but achieved it through proper generation and appropriation of internal generated revenue, and said that likewise, Anambra State government knows that its vision of a prosperous and livable Anambra cannot be achieved without going through a similar process. Dr. Madubuko lamented that over the years, the state government has lost substantial amounts of money to people amassing wealth at the expense of the state government.
Over the years, state government revenue has been lost, and people in the states are amassing wealth at the expense of the state government itself.
The AIRS Executive Director further highlighted the importance of tax payment and pleaded with the citizenry to support giant strides of the Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration by ensuring regular payment of their taxes.
When you travel overseas, you see good things, and you wish that such thing could come to your country. No governor can do magic wand in order to develop his state. We, the citizenry, we need to contribute by paying our taxes. So I urge Anambra people to pay their tax so that the developmental effort of the state will be complete.
The exercise was carried out with the support of a joint team of security personnel, while some vehicles of a transport company who failed to pay their levies were confiscated. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The member representing Anambra East constituency in the House of Assembly, Chief Obinna Emeneka, has returned to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Chief Emeneka returned officially during yesterday's plenary in Oka. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modelemo was there and now filed the report.
Chief Emeneka made his return to APGA known to the House through a letter which was read by the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor. In his speech, Chief Emeneka explained that he returned to his former party, APGA, to continue to support Governor Chukwuma Soludo to transform Anambra into a livable, prosperous homeland.
And today I've only written again. Verbal things in this model work can be dismissed or refuted, but written document, the letterhead paper and everything is what put to use. So I followed the process. I did notify the House, and today I am coming back to Abuja to continue to support the administration of Governor Soludo and of course our government for us to move forward, because we all have a collective responsibility to make Anambra State a livable and prosperous smart mega city.
Receiving the legislator back to APGA, the majority leader of the House, Dr. Pete Ibida, described his move as a welcome development and assured him that he will enjoy all the rights and benefits as a member of the party. So,
Right Honorable Obinna Chris Emeneka, you are very good. Welcome back. And we thank you for making it a point of duty to come back to your family. APGA has been your family. It is in APGA that you started growing, and it's APGA bequeathed much knowledge, parliamentary knowledge, and you explored and exploited all that the good things in Abuja. And today, you are back.
Supporting motion for adjournment, the member representing Obalu Constituency 1, Mr. Nobu Igwe, expressed gratitude to Governor Chukwuma Soludo for easing the sufferings of the residents of Opoku by reconstructing dilapidated roads in the area. He, however, appealed to the governor to direct the construction firm handling the Obodupu Mbuka Amazu Road to expedite action on the project to alleviate the sufferings of the road users. On his part, the minority leader, Mr. Onyebuchi Ofo, thanked God for saving the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Okafor, from an accident that occurred around Agwoka last Saturday.
The chairman, Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Ikediugu, has warned principals of secondary schools in Anambra State to desist from collection of illegal levies or face demolition. The PPSSC chairman gave the warning when she visited Kenneth DK Memorial Secondary School, Oka, where she met with some SS2 students sitting close to the gates. And on interrogation, she discovered that the students were chased out of classroom for non-payment of school fees, which was above the official school fees. While interacting with the school principal, she opened up that there is a proposed PTA level of 500 naira, which every student is expected to pay. The chairman frowned at such illegal levy and insisted that the only fees approved by the state government should be collected. Professor Ikediugu also asked that the 500 naira already collected from the students be refunded to them with immediate effect. She reiterated that the principalship is a position of trust and principals are to be honest, sincere and transparent, noting that the commission will not tolerate principals who lack such virtues. Still to come on the news tonight, FG Presidential Transition Council outlined programs for inauguration. Cyclone MOCHA death toll rises to 145 in Marmar. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Stay with us.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you're watching ABS Evening News. The Presidential Transition Council has stated its preparedness for the presidential inauguration come 29th May 2023 in a world press conference organized to brief Nigerians and the entire world on the program of activities planned for the 2023 presidential inauguration. Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Chairman of the Presidential Transition Council, Boss Mustafa, said they chose the theme of the inauguration as Nigeria Better Together because the event is historically significant to the nation and the international community, particularly Africa, because of the democratic values and lessons in nationhood. Correspondent Ekwe filed the report.
The inauguration, which marks the 7th consecutive democratic transition of power in Nigeria and shall usher in the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Mustafa said the Transition Council, having interfaced with leading democratic nations, including the United States of America and the Republic of Kenya, as part of its learning efforts to pick up useful lessons in line with international best practices. Our specific legislation on presidential transition will be passed soon in Nigeria. He reeled out programs heralding the inauguration to include regimental dinner in honor of the Commander-in-Chief Armed Forces Officers Mess on Tuesday 23rd by 7 p.m. Valedictory Federal Executive Council meeting, Council Chambers, Presidential Villa on Wednesday 24th May. Investiture of the President-elect and Vice President-elect with the National Honor honors of Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, GCFR, and Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, respectively, and handover of transition documents at the State House Conference Center by 10 a.m. on Thursday, 25th. While on the 26th, there will be a public lecture and Jumat prayer at the National Mosque by 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. According to Mustafa, inauguration lecture on deepening democracy for integration and development by former President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, will hold on Saturday 27th at the International Conference Center by 10 a.m., while Children's Day activities will hold at the Old Parade Ground by 10 a.m. and the State House Conference Center by 2 p.m. He said on Sunday 28th, an interdenominational church service will hold at the National Christian Center by 10 a.m. and assured that adequate security has been put in place to safeguard both visitors and citizens.
The upcoming event historically.
As the ministry of Heavenly Kingdom is springing up in restoring souls to Christ, his services and stewardship remain the basis of Christianity. This came to bear as Senior Apostle Charles Onyechi and family of Umuike Oka South Council area built, equipped and handed over Eternal Sacred Order of the Cherubim and Seraphim Cathedral of Oka Province and was dedicated by Moses Orimolade IX and Prelate of ESOCS Church Worldwide, Baba Aladura, Dr. David Bob Manuel. Religion correspondent Amaka Chibuzo-Okoye reports.
The special service, which featured dedication of different parts of the church to usher in the Holy Spirit of God to dwell in, so many senior special apostles and other clergymen, including Elder Dr. Napo Emuche, who is the Secretary General of the Order, addressing the congregation. Dr. Bob Manuel said for moral and sanity to be restored to the society, parents should strive hard to teach the words of God and appeal to Nigerians to love and keep God's commandments so as to witness God's mercy and total turnaround. Baba Aladura disclosed that his pastoral visit is a moment of reaching out to all the Essex Church to pray, bless, and dedicate churches, reminding them of the uniqueness of Christ whom they serve, and empower them more for the work of evangelism, which is their core mandate, so as to attain eternal rest.
To Nigerians, let us have the fear of God. Let us love God, keep His commandments. How do you love God? If you don't love your neighbor, how can you love God who knows you? Love one another and keep His commandments. It shall be well with us.
On his part, the Oka Provincial Head of Essex Church, Special Senior Apostle Dr. David Onoha, thanked God for his mercies, stating that by faith one can achieve greater heights in life, and commended the family of Senior Apostle Onyechi for laying down the cathedral to the service of God.
Of Senior Apostle Onyechi, who took it up from where the province stopped, did marvelously well, and I am certain that God will continue to bless them. The best evangelism any person can do is our character, is our manners, is our behavior. It's not by saying it, but by doing it.
For the benefactor, Senior Apostle Onyechi, it is a prayer answered, saying that building the cathedral is not an easy task because, having retired from service as a police officer and at his age 82 years now, God has done a greater thing in his life and family. In a sermon, Senior Apostle Prince Omekara said the humility and obedience to the word of God is a thing of necessity for all Christians, praying God to bless Senior Apostle Onyechi and family richly for investing in God's vineyard. Special prayers were offered, while thanksgiving and dedication proper added glamour to the service. Amaka Chibuzo-Okoye, ABS News.
On the foreign scene, report says at least 145 people have been killed in Myanmar, Burma, by a powerful cyclone. Hundreds of homes and shelters have collapsed while communication has been difficult in the country and people are still missing. With winds of up to 209 kilometers high, MOCHA, a Category 5 storm, battered the Rankine State in central Myanmar, as well as the region of Sangin and Mawei. According to reports, among the victims were 4 soldiers, 24 locals, and 117 people from the Rohingya minority. In Sitwe, the capital city of Rankine State, where many people live in low-living coastal area, roads have been blocked by uprooted trees and falling power pylons. There were no immediate report of casualty in neighboring Bangladesh, but the storm crushed thousands of shelter in the world's largest refugee camp at Coast Bazar. In sport, Vaduz striker Franklin Sesra is releasing the prospect of playing in the UEFA European Conference League next season after clinching a 4-0 win after FC Blaza in the Liechtenstein Cup. Cedric Gaza, Tuna Seke, Leka Taba, and Tim Varian were the goal scorer for Vaduz as they book a return to the Conference League. Since joining them from Swiss side Lugano in 2022, Cesare has featured prominently for Vaduz, scoring 2 goals in 2 appearances in cup competition. The former Sunshine Star striker was also instrumental to their qualification for the UEFA European Conference League at the start of his season with 2 goals and 2 assists in 6 appearances. The club made history by qualifying for the European Conference League group stage, becoming the first ever club from Leicester State to reach the group stages of a UEFA club competition after beating Rapid Wien away in Austria. That's the size of our package tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again, General Hospital Onitsha has been upgraded to Federal Medical Center. Anambra State Governor Soludo has provided past question papers for BECE candidates. On national matters, FG Presidential Transition Council has outlined program for inauguration. And on the foreign scene, we told you Cyclone MOCHA death has risen to 145 in Myanmar. Here is a special message again. Governor Chukuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for being there. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Good night.